Ladies and gentlemen, your midday break is here. Yes. Thank you for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh.
And you survived it already this much through Tuesday. This is a tough day.
I think that should be our new intro. Ladies and gentlemen,
your midday break.
You made it, baby.
Has arrived.
Well, there is that feeling. The kids are about to get off the bus and you're like, oh God, I have 15 minutes. What am I gonna do?
You do this.
This is it.
Yes.
We're here for you. And we have so many fun things to jump into today. Hope you're ready. We capture our weddings in pictures and videos. Yep. And I think this is something that I'm most looking forward to about today's show. I want to know if your speech went down in history for all of the wrong or right reasons. Today we're talking about wedding speeches, and I love this because I know so many people have seen this go horribly wrong.
Oh yeah.
Or right, but we got some wild answers for you, and we are going to share them on today's 3 o'clock drop. It's a great one.
Yeah.
I peeked those comments last night before I went to bed. I laughed myself to sleep.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy ones, but yes, we'll leave it there.
There you go.
All right, well, something that has gone really well for my girl Hoda Kotb, she just wrote a new book. It's called Jump and Find Joy, Embracing Change in Every Season in Life. And she said when it came to her leaving the Today Show, of course, she was scared. This was something that she's done for a very long time. But her friend, Maria Shriver, her dear, dear friend, she said, Hoda, let me tell you about your history of jumping. So essentially, since you've been out of college, you've jumped from job to job and landed successfully. You've jumped in and out of relationships. You've jumped in and out of motherhood, and as well as you've jumped in and out of breast cancer. Yeah. So you have a history of jumping. Don't tell me that you can't jump. And also, she features a lot of different women in this book. Sarah Jakes, she's a pastor, and she said that you have to imagine what it feels like on the other side of things. So for example, if you're jumping out of a relationship into another one, you have to imagine what it looks like to have a loving partner, if that's not the case in your current relationship. And I just think that we've all been through it. Do you have a fear of jumping, or is it something that you do easily?
Oh. No, this is not an easy thing for me. But I will say, I always think about future Kelly, and I talk about her a lot.
Yeah.
Like when I don't put away my laundry on a Sunday night, and then I wake up on a Monday morning, I'm like, past Kelly hated me. Future Kelly, I always think about, like, would she be happy in said circumstance? It was, my last jump was taking on this show, was adding on this new family and this whole different thing that I had never done before. And I just remember sitting there by myself, because I feel like the outside voices can be very loud, because, you know, you respect your friends, you respect your mom and your sibling and whatever, your spouse. And I just thought, would she be happy, or would she be so bummed in 6 months when she sees, you know, when she watches, because I was such a fan, and sees, you know, an opportunity that she could have been in. And I think that future Kelly would be mad, so let's go. I speak for her a lot, and I also jump a lot, because I think that, I don't know, it's boring to stay in the same place.
I think it's the same.
Jumping, I've done, and I think that I'm listening to a podcast right now, and one of the key takeaways is that we tend to overanalyze everything that we do. And so sometimes taking away the overthinking can help, and just being confident in that you are a decision maker. Maybe you're gonna make bad decisions, but you are making a decision for you. I also find that, you know, when I decided that I wanted to leave news and just get into lifestyle and talk shows and interviewing, and that's my bread and butter, and that's really what I wanted to do, saying it out loud gave me so much power. It gave me so much power. I will say, we had this conversation yesterday about Hoda, and one of the things that I brought up is that she is able to do something so bold because she is financially stable. So I think that a lot of this we have to take into account, because whether it be even stuck in a bad relationship, because you may not have the money to pay for rent if you move out, or you know, there's so many people who are stuck where they currently are because they don't have stability to make the jump. So I do think that we should talk about this, knowing that there is a privilege in being able to make any kind of jump away from what you're doing. You know,
it's true, and I still do think it's possible. And in my case, especially when I think about the times that I have jumped in life, it's been very calculated. Like, it's not just, oh, let's just jump. It's, all right, I'm not gonna dive off of a cliff head first. I'm gonna think about all of the different possible outcomes, A, B, C, and D, always make a plan. And if it goes this way, then this is what I'll do. But at the end of the day, you really don't know. Like,
No.
you have no idea how something is going to turn out. But for me, it's more so about something that I've always wanted to do, just being able to cross that off my list and say, you know what? I tried, I gave it a shot, and it worked out, or it didn't work out. Now I can move on.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. And right now, if you're watching and you're thinking, I'm stuck, or maybe you're not stuck and you've just been in the same place for a while and you think there is no jump. I have no jump right now. That's okay too. That's a very blessed place to be, to just be
Happy.
riding status quo, happy, you're good.
Yeah. Well, in the world of fast-moving tech, this is something we talk about a lot, and growing quickly in the AI industry. The latest and next thing is the AI DJ, which, Kelly, I know. Stand by with comments.
Why?
Stand by. This is an AI DJ on Spotify to help curate your playlist based on things that you've listened to. And people don't know how to feel about this. Take a listen.
They have this like DJ option that just like curates music that you usually listen to or whatever. And usually the guy gets on there because there's a voice and he's like, "What's up, man? We're going to play a song that you listened to 15 times last week. Enjoy." And he goes, "What's up, man? Next up, we're going to play Chelsea Cutler. She's got an interesting background. Her mom's Jewish, but her dad's Catholic. Check this out." And it just played a song about like breakups. I'm like, there has to be more interesting things about Chelsea Cutler, man.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's a lot of takes on it. I actually read the article, the press release from Spotify, and they said that they really worked to curate this DJ. And so they were thoughtful and intentional with how they made all of this come together.
It sounds like it.
So if you want to hear, obviously that was one person's take. If you want to hear what it actually sounds like, take a listen to this really quick.
Kind of a heartbroken vibe coming next. First, I want to play you something from the Raconteurs. I think you'll like it since you're into Jack White.
All right, so there you go. If you want to give this a try yourself, you can open Spotify, go to the music feed on the homepage, tap play. You'll see the DJ card. You can tap play there. There are some different options, so if you don't like the current playlist that it's set up for you, you can kind of mess around with it. But as I mentioned, if anybody has an opinion on this, it is Kelly.
Yeah.
And so I think that we need to get your hot take on this because it's, again, like, I think as we're all looking at AI, we are playing with this weight of, oh, this could be useful in some sense. And also, all of our creative industries are going to be going away if we lean into this too much.
Exactly. Well, there's a reason that people come to radio, terrestrial radio. I'm sorry, I'm obviously a little tongue-tied. Yeah. There's a reason that people come to terrestrial radio, and that is to hear local voices, and that is to hear local content. Whether you care about the person talking in between songs or not, they're giving you information, whether it be about their personal life, whether it be about the weather in Pittsburgh, whether it be about the Steelers game in Ireland. It does not matter what they're talking about. You're coming for a reason, the same way that you go to any local channel. I will say they programmed this AI, we'll call him a robot, to specifically go back and reference in different music, listening styles. I like that because I like a curated way. However, that's the way that your radio stations are also put together. There's a curated chart based on how many times these songs are tested and approved, in what demographic, who's listening, down to where exactly you live and what you make at your job.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is a fine idea if you want just a listening style experience. But I also know that right now in the world that we're living in, we need humanity now more than ever. You need to hear someone, whether it be a local mom, I don't know, I know of one who's on the radio in the afternoons, who might be commiserating about, we are so busy right now. Ladies, are we checking in with ourselves? An AI DJ is not going to do that.
Right.
An AI DJ is not going to say, here we go, I can't believe this breaking news just happened in Pittsburgh. So it all depends on what you want. But I will say, if you want to support these industries and you want your local people talking in between songs, listen to them. We don't want to hear all of your complaints in 5 years when you say, I wish that we had the local personalities.
You had them.
You had them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of fun. It was silly all at the same time. And I liked the idea initially of this AI DJ. He knows my listening history. So he's going to curate, like you said, my list based on what I like.
Sure.
But when it comes down to it, and I've been listening to all of these podcasts about how AI is either going to take over or not take over the jobs that we as humans have. And your job is one of those jobs that is, it's a point of connection. It's a point where it's like this space where emotion and, like you said, local events and things that people come to the radio to hear and to listen can't really be replaced with AI because you're conveying a feeling. And so I think you're safe. This is just silly.
For now, I appreciate that. The confidence.
Yes.
It's me against AI, baby.
It is.
Well, speaking of silly, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject of music, I came across this video that we just have to share as we wrap things up here at the start of the show. A young man by the name of Zachary decided that he wanted to make sure that his ex, while moving out of their home, left with a bang. And this brought me a lot of joy, as it did to a lot of other people. Take a look. As Zachary wrote on TikTok, this is your sign to hire a mariachi performer while your cheating ex moves out.
Can we please note the champagne in his hand?
While drinking a glass of champagne and vibing along, the mariachi performer actually followed him out of the house.
Into the truck.
And it is the same 3 lines, or the one line that he keeps singing over and over again. The ex drops the TV at one point, so distracted by what's happening.
Yes.
The U-Haul is parked outside. I loved everything about this, and somewhat like the comments were amazing on this. Like some person wrote, "It's amazing that I haven't thought about how much of my free will I'm not using."
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Untapped.
I love
Untapped free will to do whatever you want.
I love the petty factor of
Yes.
this because well, first of all, there's no coming back from that. Like,
None.
once you do that type of
Yeah.
performance to see your way out, there's no like reuniting. But you find yourself in these relationships where that person has done you so wrong,
Yeah.
so dirty, where you're like, you know what? I got something for you.
I found out,
performance.
this is a fun story. I found out that an ex of mine was cheating on me actually at Penn State. And so as I was packing up his things, because he was there to take me out for our anniversary dinner, which was just an extra little boop, but I found some emails and it ended up being on his laptop. So instead, I was a little petty, maybe a little bit mad. I closed the laptop and I threw it out my window.
Perfect,
And then
love
I just
that.
started throwing more things like
Oh,
from
yeah,
his
good,
duffel.
good.
And everyone on the other side of the building started doing, goodbye. As he packed up his stuff. And I also know that he's still local in Pittsburgh, so sorry, buddy.
That sounds like a scene from a movie.
Hope
for
you
sure.
replace the laptop.
What was the movie? Was it Waiting to Exhale?
Oh, when she set it on fire.
So,
It was
look,
like
there are 2 extremes.
There are.
We can either take it to the aggressive level, or we can have some fun with it.
Oh.
And I think the mariachi
Yes.
performer takes it to
Perfect.
this. We can record this and
Yeah.
post it on social media and get millions of views.
We're going viral,
going,
baby.
yes.
Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, a Southside celebration is bringing together local eats, a neighborhood spirit, and a little Halloween flair. Find out how this party will also help families this holiday season.
And can your child be too attached to their nanny? How to spot when a heartwarming bond starts turning into a power struggle. That's next. Welcome back. Parents know finding childcare is time-consuming, expensive, and a little exhausting because, of course, you want your kids to be in the best hands. But once you've found someone you trust, the next challenge begins. How do you build a healthy relationship between your child, your nanny, and yourself, one that supports your child's emotional development without creating confusion or competition? Mikey and Heather are sitting down with journalist Meg St. Esprit to learn more.
Yeah, this is a really important conversation because I think we are putting so much trust in this person that's coming into our home.
Right.
Meg, we're so happy to have you here for this conversation. And we wanted to start with just the signs that this is happening. It's fairly low chance that it will.
Right. It's not a common thing that happens. I think in the situations it does happen, you'll see, maybe the child has a really hard time separating from the nanny, or maybe they're very emotionally dysregulated. When the shift changes for the day, when you come home from work and all of a sudden, there's different patterns, there's different routines because maybe you and the nanny are not on the same page, or they're not kind of respecting what you've set out for your family. So you start to see that your child's just off kilter, and that's a sign that maybe you need to have a conversation.
Okay, that makes sense. I love my nanny. I think that we have a really good relationship, and she does a really great job with my son. But I think it's a great it's a healthy relationship? How do you know if it is?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And we, this was our first summer without a nanny, but we had Madison for a couple years. We loved her, and our kids were bonded to her. I think you want your kids to be bonded. I think that shows that they have a healthy ability to connect to teachers, coaches, caregivers. So I think you'll know when you see that transition going really well, when you walk in the door, when your child's excited to see the nanny, but excited to see you, then you know you've got something that's clicking.
Yeah. I just had this conversation over the weekend with a girlfriend of mine about how having even just one positive relationship, one positive role model in your life can mean such a difference in the success rate for children.
Yes.
So we want those healthy relationships. And we rely so much on these people who are coming into our home to help. So how does it help them grow? What were you able to find out from all this?
Yeah, like you said, there's lots of really fascinating data. The fact that your child can bond with a nanny, bond with a teacher, a coach, those special people, is really rooted in the fact that you gave them good bonding skills. So it's really showing that they have learned from you to trust adults, within reason, of course, stranger danger, et cetera.
Right, we want to keep some things in place, right.
But you've given them a firm foundation that there's good adults out there that are trustworthy and that care for them. So it's really a reflection on your good parenting if your kids can bond with someone else.
Yeah, and how can parents further that relationship between their kid and the nanny?
It's really about getting on the same page. I know at the beginning of the summer, we kind of set out what our expectations are, even, what they need to do after a meal, clean up, et cetera. And that way the nanny is reinforcing our family values and our family rules rather than competing with it. So it's really just about communication.
I do think some of this, too, is us putting our feelings on other people.
Oh, yes.
Because especially if you have a younger child, there's this feeling that, oh, I'm being replaced. Oh, they don't want to be with me. It can even happen if if it's a mom and a dad and you see baby is all of a sudden wanting dad more than you.
Yeah.
There can be this little bit of jealousy, this tug that you feel like, why isn't it me? Why do they want the nanny more than me?
Absolutely. Or grandma. We had that in our family a lot with Gaga.
Yeah.
Now they're teens and tweens, they pretty much just want their friends.
That's right.
But yeah, it does feel like that. And I think that's when we go back and remind ourselves the reason they love and care about this person is because I gave them that good foundation.
Right. Yeah. That's happened to me more than once.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll also add daycare into this because that was a big step for me to be able to let go in that capacity. But the fact that he has a wonderful daycare, he has wonderful teachers there, and so even though I'm at work, I feel comfortable leaving him there, and that would be the same case with a nanny or a babysitter.
Absolutely. We use daycare and nannies. I worked at Tender Care, local chain, earlier in my career, and I will tell you, your kids talk about you all day when you're not there.
Right.
You're on their mind.
Oh, right.
So,
Sometimes
yeah.
embarrassing stories,
Oh,
too.
they love to do that.
Things, be careful what happens at home.
Yeah.
Meg, thank you so much. Really good information.
All right, we'll link you up to Meg's full article. Just head to kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
Coming up on the show, red wine and apple pie. We are diving fork first into social media food trends that start in your kitchen and end up impressing your friends. Well, actually, we're going to try them first and let you know if they'll impress your friends. That's next.
From a refreshing drink to get you through these warm temperatures to maybe the easiest fall dessert you could make, today's Trend and Tonic has a little something for anyone who likes a good recipe hack.
And the first one is all about fall. So Kelly, you're going to tell us how to make the easiest dessert maybe ever.
You got it. Why? Because I can do it. And if I can, so can you. You only need 4 ingredients for this bad boy. And it starts with something you probably already have in your pantry from packing your kids' lunches. I would say a favorite, a classic in our house, the oatmeal cream pie. This is going to be the star of your show. From there, all you need is some apple pie filling. Delicious. This was at Shop and Save, I want to say, for like $1.50. So it's also really cheap. You're going to put oatmeal cream pies in a muffin. What would we call this? Muffin paper?
Paper, wrap, cup.
I don't know.
Muffin cup.
I'm new here to the kitchen. So what you're going to do then is
I like how I just looked at you.
Yeah, you're like,
trying to figure it out.
It's all you, babe. We're gonna make a little divot inside of, okay, we did it with our fingies.
that.
Well, you're a pro.
Well, if you're going to eat it anyways, I mean,
That's
doesn't really
very
matter.
true. That's very true. But I will say this is from All Recipes, and they make it as simple as possible. So check it out. They are doing a better job at showing you this than I am.
This is a dessert that you can feed 10 people for about $5. And they're great because you can assemble them ahead of time and pop them in the air fryer when you're ready to serve hot apple pies.
There you go. So it is that easy. We have a completed product here because I could not
look at
wait to
this.
try these. They're called mini apple pies, and then at the end, she does finish them with vanilla bean ice cream. And I love something that I can sit down with all by myself, and it is a single serve dessert.
So I like our producer actually popped these in the oven. So if you don't have an air fryer, you can pop them into the oven as well. Make it easy.
You got it. And you want
bake.
to confection bake.
That's surprisingly good.
Is it not? And it
really
tastes
is.
just like an apple pie.
It does.
It really does. And
Little extra cinnamon on top. I also saw that McCormick is out with their finishing sugars for the season, and they have like maple, bacon, bourbon finishing sugars, and that would be incredible on here as well.
Yeah, I think if you had the ice cream, it really would take it up a notch.
Oh, a little bit of a warm dessert.
the filling from the oatmeal cream pie melts. So it really does add to all of that flavor. Very good.
Nailed it. And anything in an air fryer, I mean, sign me up.
All right, well, if you don't have a sweet tooth, but maybe you want to sweeten your wine just a little bit, we're going to try something that Lady Gaga says that she stands by. This is what she drinks. Take a look.
How do you order red wine at the bar?
With maraschino cherries and Diet Coke.
Truthful.
She's doing a polygraph. I don't know why she was doing it, but it was part of a. Was it part of Vanity Fair?
Their lie test, yeah.
My gosh, love that. So this is actually how she orders her red wine. So we have Cabernet Sauvignon. We're gonna pour this into the cups. It's just 3 ingredients, as you heard her say. So let's just, let's.
And you want to start with a
gonna do
dry
one or-
red, I would assume.
No, well, unless are you having a whole?
I could.
Are we getting down? Let's
That's
do, let's
my
do
girl.
Her. My hands are slippery. Okay,
Pop
here we
open
go.
that airplane bottle.
So I don't know the ratio per se, but this is actually a real drink. It's called Calimocho, and I think that's probably good. And then let's just do like a splash. of
Half
that.
and half,
Oh, it's
girlfriend.
half and half.
It is, I know. It feels wrong, but if Gaga does it, I would say that it's good for us.
All right, let's say that's about half and half.
Perfect.
Looks good.
Okay, and then the other thing is maraschino cherries. So we're gonna add those in. I don't know if this is like sangria. It's the nice little treat at the end.
I am so
Anyway.
skeptical about this. I don't want to doubt Mother Monster here, but as a Cabernet drinker, this feels totally
feels
against my
wrong.
religion. Oh,
But
God.
I'm really excited about this. This actually looks good.
Well, one of the things about red wine is that for the most part, you're drinking it because it's not sweet.
Right.
And so to add these components to make it sweet just doesn't feel right. Here you go, Cal.
But again, if Gaga
you.
likes it, and she answered that so matter of fact.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry. I
should
went
we-
in really
should we
quickly.
I don't know if we need to stir it. I'm just gonna give mine a quick little mixer-upper.
I already tried it here. It's good.
I'm going to use that
Yeah.
apple pie fork. Don't judge.
I like it.
You know, it's giving me sangria. That's what it's giving me sangria.
Yes.
And I don't know that I don't know that I love it. I'm not mad at it, but I don't know that this is what I would order.
See, I know that a lot of people don't enjoy their red wines as dry as a desert. I am one of those people. I want it to be a dry sponge when I'm done with it.
I
If-
like the sweetness. that
Yes,
it
if
brings.
you need
Yeah.
something in it, perfect.
Well,
Yes.
cheers. Give it a try.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Approved by Gaga
Yes.
You
and
got it.
us.
Yes. All right, still to go on Talk Pittsburgh. While your weekend may have been filled with touchdowns and pumpkin spice, Selena Gomez was busy saying "I do." Kelly's breaking down the dress guest speeches and more. That's next.
Two dresses, dozens of celebrity guests, and a whole lot of love.
This past weekend may have been big at the pumpkin patches, but Selena Gomez was busy getting herself a husband.
She sure was. I am so excited for Selena Gomez. She married Benny Blanco this past weekend in a beautiful 3-day affair outside of Montecito, California. Here she is. Look at her gown. She wore Ralph Lauren for the wedding. This dress right here, you're seeing a halter neck gown. And then later changed in to this beautiful, also Ralph Lauren sheer lace number. Benny was also in Ralph Lauren. I love the baby's breath. It just kind of brings out that simplicity, that feminine energy that Selena has forever gone for. She just looks exquisite. I mean, truly like the most classic bride that I have ever seen. And I will say, I have been chomping at the bit to get inside footage at this reception because you just know it was an absolute blast. Both of their respective parents spoke, along with Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran. This is her reception dress. So I just, so gorgeous. And the caption to this picture that Benny Blanco posted on Instagram said, "I married a real life Disney princess."
I saw
And
that.
you did, Benny.
Yeah.
They are so sweet together. The ceremony was very private. It was described as intimate, surrounded by obviously all of their friends, including, you know, Paul Rudd, Martin Short, Steve Martin, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, the regular friends.
Yes,
the
those
regular,
friends.
totally. But there had to have been a no phone rule because I know so many of these weddings we see inside when you know you're really not supposed to. Maybe someone has a few too many teenies at cocktail hour and you see a video of the dance floor. There's absolutely no footage. And I love that for Selena, especially having such high profile people there.
Yeah, I love that. That's how you can tell they're really in love because they weren't doing this wedding for the public. It was so private and you can tell it was very relatable. It wasn't over the top. I mean, yes, there were a lot of wardrobe changes and a couple of different places that they had the reception, which is, you know, it's all good. They have money, they're rich, they can do it. But it still wasn't over the top where they pretty much took over a whole city like we've seen before.
And I also loved the detail. She broke tradition because I said she was fairly traditional through this whole thing. Her grandfather walked her down the aisle and her mother has been public with her, has kind of always been her confidant. Selena obviously does have a father, but I'm not sure there's any relationship with his mother or Selena right now. But I just love that her pap walked her down.
There was one of the pictures, there was a beautiful house in the background, but it wasn't a mansion, and it just looked like they were in somebody's backyard getting married. And to your point, like it just looks like they're in love and they're getting married for the right reasons. The simplicity of it all, I think, really spoke to all of that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And if you've been a fan of Selena Gomez's for a while, you know that there was some tumultuous years with Justin Bieber.
Right.
And especially with his early relationship with his now wife, Hailey Bieber. I just love to see that she found a man who respects her,
Look,
who
there's
loves
the house.
her top to bottom.
yeah.
Look at that gorgeous house.
But it looks like a house.
It does.
It doesn't look like a mansion. It doesn't look like something crazy. They literally are in somebody's backyard getting married.
And I love they had sofas everywhere, so you can relax. I'm thinking of the comfortability of this whole thing and lounge stations and snack stations, and it just seemed like really relaxed, like a really chill vibe.
Yes, and Selena Gomez, just like Taylor Swift, I know so many people grew up with her, and I know you could be watching this right now and have kids that are fan of Selena Gomez's, but this is the true example that you want. Benny Blanco truly worships her. They have such a good mutual respect for one another, and this is such a good example for younger couples because I feel like this day and age, it's so fleeting. Everyone's so quick, and if they're not getting exactly what they want, you know, they bounce. But this is just gorgeous.
I know
love
we
it.
likely will never get to hear Taylor Swift's speech.
See, I do think we will.
You think we will?
I do. I think that footage will come out. I think it'll take a while.
I hope so. But, you know, there's something to be said for using social media and having power over how you are allowing your messages and images to come out. Because I think that has gotten away from us. We know so many times people post a picture of you, maybe you don't love the picture, or maybe it wasn't a moment that you wish was captured, but now it exists forever because it's the internet, and you know it doesn't go away. So I think there's some real power in being able to control what's put out there when it comes out.
What do you think she said to her?
Well, I mean, of course, there's like the rumor mill, and I am right there on that
know
mill,
you
just
are.
rolling it around. I'm just going with it. But they said that it was just full of sweet sentiments and a lot of inside jokes. And I thought to myself, like any other maid of honor speech, they've been best friends for their entire lives, the majority of their careers. That's so sweet.
And she's a genius writer. So of course I'm sure it was poetic.
Could you imagine?
Come on. Oh, no, I couldn't.
So cute. So happy for them. All right, well, from tearjerkers to total train wrecks, I'm sure you've seen both of these scenarios unfold at the wedding reception. We've got your most memorable speech stories coming up in today's 3 o'clock drop.
But first, it's a food crawl with flair, and every bite supports a bigger mission. Find out what's cooking on the South Side. Looks like burgers. What's next?
sink your teeth into something spooktacular. This Saturday, the South Side is turning into a Halloween-themed beef battleground with a competition called Burgers, Brews, and Booze.
Oh, this is right up my alley. So we're talking cheap bites, local beers, and killer costumes, all for a good cause. Joining us is event producer Diana Rua and Abby Patterson from the Urban Tap. Well, welcome, ladies. It smells so good in here. But I want to talk with you, Diana, first. Tell us a little bit about the event and who it benefits.
Yeah, so with DRM, we have a charity of choice for every one of our at all of our events. And this year, our charity is the Brashear Association Holiday Assistance Program, and they help the Southside community and the Hilltop community fundraise for toys and gift cards and money for food for the holiday season in November and December. So the event is going to help a lot of people. I think they may have maybe 90-some families.
Wow.
So they'll be tabling at both of our registration locations, and we're really excited to work with them this year.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's awesome. Talk about eating for a good cause.
Right.
Like I ever need an excuse.
Yes.
But Abby, what are we cooking up today? Because it looks like these buns need a burger, and I will help.
Buns?
I will
What
assist
buns
these
are those
buns.
buns? Okay.
What are we making?
So what I have here is a bison burger. This is one of our most popular burgers we have at Urban Tap. It is served with bacon, a jalapeno cream cheese, garlic aioli, and arugula.
Oh my God, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, I am a burger connoisseur, so when you start putting, I will be the ultimate judge here, but I think this is good. It already looks good here. So while you're putting these together, Diana, also, can you tell us about some of the other burger entries this year?
So we have 11 entries this year. They span from 10th Street to 23rd Street, so you're getting a little bit of exercise as you're eating all these burgers. 12 is doing a pepper-crusted brisket burger. And they're famous for their brisket, so that's going to be amazing. We've got the library doing a poutine burger. We've got a Red Death burger coming from Mario's with red and green peppers and red onions and pepper jack cheese. There's some pineapples going on some of these burgers, so they're getting really creative.
Yeah,
they're getting creative.
I love this idea because you can eat all the burgers you want, and because you're walking from stand to stand, you're burning those calories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that means the calories don't count. That's what that's girl math there. And Diana, we had you on earlier this year for your pierogi crawl, which again is such an amazing event. It benefits such a good cause.
Yes.
But Abby, I heard that the Urban Tap took home the big win for that one.
It did.
I know.
It did.
Oh, they got a winner. They're coming in for a two-peat.
That's amazing. The competition is steep.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
So what I'm doing is I got the cream cheese on the burger so it'll melt a little bit. And now I'm putting the garlic aioli on each of the top bun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So good. I would never think to put a cream cheese spread. What's in the cream cheese spread again?
It's like a jalapeno cream chease. So
Oh,
it has like a little bit of
Even
spice
better.
to it, but it has a little bit of sweetness to it as well, so it's not super, super spicy.
That's amazing. So this is set up like a crawl. So you go to the individual restaurants. How fun.
So each of the restaurants offer these burgers for $2.
So
yeah, and it's a slider. So I don't want anybody thinking they have to eat 11 large burgers. Okay.
I mean, don't tease me with a good time.
I mean, we would
Diana.
try, right? And we would try,
Absolutely.
without a doubt. So it's a great event. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful fall day for some burgers. We've got Miller Lite, who is our sponsor. The event is 21 and over. So we've got Miller Lite and Happy Thursdays that'll be on special. So we'll hydrate people. We'll have some beers and have some great burgers.
You know, I think what's really fantastic about this is just the collaboration and all of these South Side businesses coming together to make this really wonderful event. How does that feel for you?
You know, I've been working with these restaurants in the South Side for 20 years. And they have such a great camaraderie. Like, they really do work together. They work for the community. I mean, they know when I walk in the door, I'm fundraising for something.
Yes, I love it.
So, you know, they're prepared for it. And I just love the way that the community comes together in Southside to just, you know, help the cause, and it's great.
All right, you're making those look so tasty. Do you mind if we try a bite?
Yeah,
Are we ready to dig in?
Oh, yeah.
Kel, here you go.
Are you drooling? Because I am.
I started
smell
drooling from
great.
the
I
beginning.
will say, fun fact about tasting things with Mikey, I always wait for her burger opinion because she is the connoisseur.
We're going to have to get you to judge next year.
You
I don't
have
know,
to.
man.
it's the cream cheese
Is
sauce.
it? I'm going in, but how about I read and you chew? Thank you so
agree.
much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Burgers, Brews, and Booze is happening this Saturday along East Carson Street on the South Side. Proceeds benefit the Brashear Holiday Assistance Program. We're going to have more info about the charity crawl at kdk.com/talkpittsburgh. And coming up next, we're diving into a deck of cards. Heather's got a few queued up in the studio. Should we be nervous?
No, not at all. We're going to have some fun with these, and this is something that you can do at home, too. These conversation starters can inspire creativity and connection, like this one right here. Who would play you in a Hollywood film? I have answers for you guys. We're John Moore next. We are breaking out the card deck today. We're each drawing a card and answering a prompt. It's called Tails, and this is the family edition, so it's family friendly.
Okay.
It's perfect for today. In this little box are a bunch of different questions that you answer with your friends or your family. And this first question we are going to give to Kelly. You will answer for all of us.
Excellent. Love to.
So Hollywood is making a film about us. Who is going to play each of us?
Uh-oh.
Keke Palmer would play Mikey.
What?
I love Keke. I do. I think she's silly, goofy, but can be dramatic whenever you need her to be.
Yeah.
You 100% Reese Witherspoon.
Oh.
For the same exact reason, because I'm right now watching the morning show, and she can like turn it on. She can be sassy, but she's also like
Love
a
it.
goofball.
Yeah.
Love that.
I don't necessarily know who would play me. I don't know. I really like
Who
that.
do you want to play
Yeah.
you?
Oh goodness.
Because that's the difference. I think that sometimes you're like, well, if anybody could play me, it would be this person.
Yeah, right.
Our producer is saying that Rachel McAdams
I could see it.
would play me. I don't necessarily know, but I will take it because she's an absolute genius. So Rachel, my life is crazy if you want to get in this biopic. You can't handle it, babe. All right, Mikey, you're up next.
All right.
If
So,
our
go ahead.
family was stranded on a deserted island, what role would each person take on to survive?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay. If we're stranded on a deserted island, we're gonna need to laugh. So, Kelly, you're gonna make us laugh. You're gonna provide the comic relief.
Okay.
Heather,
All right.
Heather, you're gonna strategize and get our boat together because we're gonna need to escape. So
Yes.
you're gonna find all the supplies for the boat and start to put the boat together for us to get off of this island.
She baked one cake and now she can build a boat. Okay.
And I'm gonna provide the moral support. I'm gonna lift us up. I'm gonna give us
So you and I are
encouragement.
useless. We are the personality
Let me get
hires.
this straight. I'm getting us off the island.
Yes.
Okay,
You're building our boat.
great. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything else to do, right? You're available.
All right. And all right. So, which historical era do you think our family would have thrived in, and why? This is for Heather.
This is me. Okay, so I'm going to keep us in somewhat modern time. I'm not going to go back too far because I don't think that any of us should actually be here today based on history.
No.
Kelly, for you, I'm going to go roaring 20s.
Oh.
Time of financial wealth and prosperity. I think that if you had the means, I think that you would have been partying all night long.
Oh, even if I didn't have the means, I'd make it work.
Sneaking into those underground speakeasies. I see it. I see it.
Put me in a time machine.
You're going
in a
back.
flapper dress and jewels.
You're going.
I'm in.
Mikey, I think that you would thrive as an adult in the 80s. I think that you would have had fun at the happy hours, but I think you would have entered that workforce as a woman who can open her business finally, and you would have run the day.
Click open the
Heck
briefcase.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my platform shoes.
No.
That
That's
was
like,
70s.
that was the highlight when we were going into work in our sneakers. Remember?
There we go.
Business suit, sneakers.
Pantyhose, sneakers, walking in.
The woman who
shoulder
I thought
pads.
that I would never turn into, and I am now. Makes
We are.
sense, yes.
I couldn't really, it's hard for me to choose for myself, but I think the spirit animal in me wants to say, like late 60s, like I want to be at Woodstock.
I was going to put you in the 70s,
You're
actually.
like a hippie on
Definitely.
Yes.
Inside, I want to be free.
She, again, planted one garden, and now she is a hippie at Woodstock.
I kind of want to be a witch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Fine.
It's like deep inside me. I want to get some herbs. We're making potions.
Put
We're
crystals.
listening to music. We're saging it up. It's all good. That's what I want
I'm
to be.
here for it, though.
Okay.
I need that.
really got
We
to
all
know
need
us
a,
today.
We all need a witch.
Do we have? Oh, we don't have time for one more. I have
No.
2 more questions. Go. Next time.
Okay.
Next time.
There you go.
Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh. Weddings are all about love, laughter, and sometimes wildly inappropriate speeches. Your wedding toast tales are next on the agenda, and trust me, they do not disappoint. That's after the break.
Sometimes the stars really do align, and we mean literally, because as we mentioned earlier, the guest list at Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's wedding looked like a lineup of a dream music festival.
Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran both gave speeches at the reception. We're still waiting for the reveal.
Yeah.
We still need to hear what they said. But Selena's Only Murders co-stars Steve Martin and Martin Short gave a speech together at the rehearsal dinner as well.
So sweet. Now, not every speech comes from a Grammy or an Emmy winner, but all speeches have a story, whether that be good or bad. And we want to hear about the one that you can't erase from your memory.
So we're getting into today's 3 o'clock drop with Kiki B. Jones from Whammo. So good to see you.
Girl, this was fun.
It's so fun.
This was fun.
As someone who recently got married, and I know your ceremony was a little bit smaller, but did you have any speeches?
My son.
And?
My son he said, everyone, I just need everyone to gather around. This is just an amazing occasion. Mom, you look beautiful. Dad, just love everybody here. And I just want to wish you all the best. It only took us 23 years to get here, but this is just amazing. Am I right? Everybody's like, here. Thank God.
Yes.
I was like, really? Really, Vaughn? Seriously?
Only one little dig, but it came from the heart.
Definitely a jab.
And I also love how he started to work the room. Like mother, like son.
He's exactly where he is right now, where
Amen.
he needs to be. He knows how to do it.
All right, let's read our first comment.
This is from our Heather.
This is from our Heather, who does our nails.
Our nails.
Okay.
How we both went like this.
Okay.
She does our nails.
Okay.
So she said, the best man got up and said, quote, Ken, we all know you've had cold feet about this wedding, so we all pitched in and bought you an electric blanket. Please raise your glasses for Kate and Ken.
Here, here.
That was it, she said. The end. You could hear a pin drop in that place. Needless to say, it didn't last.
Oh my God, I have chills all over the way that I would be so excited to hear the best man speech and then be like, oh, you doubted this? You didn't
want to be here
this?
today?
Oh.
Cool. Oh,
Ken.
right, great. This is going to be awesome.
Excellent. Can't wait to spend the rest of our lives.
Terrible.
Could you? And also,
I'm laughing, but I don't mean
the
to
break. Me too. Oh, we're laughing because we're mortified.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like that's the breaking of bro code.
Yeah.
No, a girl wouldn't
You
do
should
that.
have that talk before you do that. Like, all right, bro, what are you going to
good?
say? Do you need notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, can I write it for you?
Yeah, just read this.
Kelly, you look beautiful. That's it. Next one. Bree Sider said, I had 2 maid of honors, and they coordinated a parody rap to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's theme song and customized it with my husband and I's story. The DJ even had the music playing to go along with it. The whole wedding was laughing so hard. It was one of my favorite memories of our wedding day.
I need tape. I need
we
video.
see it?
Can
Would
we
you send
please
it to
see
us?
this?
Bree.
I
If
need
you
it
can
now.
send it to us, yeah.
Please.
I think we need to see it. In modern day, we have video.
Yes,
So
we do.
let's see it.
For our best friend, I was also a co-maid of honor, and we ended up rapping Shoop, Salt and Pepper at the beginning of the reception, but not to our own words. That's talent.
That's
I need
really
video.
good.
We do.
I also need to see that.
We need video.
Chef Janet said, my husband's best man decided to air out all of the mischief they got into as kids that his mom never found out about. She did not look happy. And that is one way to start your relationship with your mother-in-law.
Why do people feel that is the time to just put everybody's business out there? It's a happy occasion.
I think if it's funny and it's done right, it can be good, but it's entertaining nonetheless.
And you have to remember the mood. A lot of people
read the room.
At speeches, you're still a little stressed.
Yeah.
You still are waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah.
So and we have to include our girl Mikey's. I was in a friend's wedding several years ago, and one of the groomsmen gave a toast at the reception. His speech was 30 minutes long. He would not stop talking. It was funny in the moment, but I'm sure the bride was like, yeah, anytime now.
Anytime now. We got to get this night moving.
Wrap it up.
I have 200 guests to meet. Kiki, so
Take
good
the
to
mic.
see you as always.
Oh, we are wrapping. Oh, okay.
We'll be right back.
Well, if you haven't checked it out yet, you can now watch Talk Pittsburgh in full on YouTube. Here's how. You just go to the YouTube search CBS Pittsburgh. You click the playlist tab. There you'll see the Talk Pittsburgh full episode playlist right there. You'll see the most recent episodes play. And to the right, you can watch our previous full episodes, so now you don't have to miss a show. So that's good news there. Make sure to subscribe to the CBS Pittsburgh page. You'll get notifications whenever something is posted. Hey, like a new Talk Pittsburgh episode.
Love it.
And I am such a nerd. I did this, I watched. It's amazing. And we're now on TikTok. How cool is that? We're posting a lot of behind the scenes moments, interviews with us after the show, candid moments with our guests. There's so many. Make sure you check us out. Just search Talk Pittsburgh on TikTok.
B. Dylan Hollis song pop up.
There
Love
you go.
that was here. It's our claim to fame.
So cool.
Coming up tomorrow on Talk Pittsburgh, from healing to empowerment, this tattoo service is helping breast cancer survivors reclaim their bodies after double mastectomies. A breast cancer awareness month gets underway, and we'll show you how this art is changing lives.
And from awkward speeches to Rogue +1s, we've got your official Don't You Dare list for wedding day behavior.
Well, thanks for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh. We will also be streaming on CBS News Pittsburgh tonight at 9. KDKA TV News at 4 starts now.